Well, Bush is part of a slew of new Democrats in Congress. Our own Lindsay Davis caught up with the new chair of the DNC, Jaime Harrison, to talk about what's next for Democrats after winning control of the White House, the Senate, and the House for the first time in 6 years.
Well, it's been just a little over a week since President Joe Biden was inaugurated. For Democrats, the work to defend their narrow majorities is already underway. The new chair of the Democratic National Committee, Jaime Harrison, joins us now. Thank you so much for being here, Jaime. So President Biden has already signed a flurry of executive orders and taken steps to undo a lot of his predecessors' work. In your mind, what opportunity does the Democratic Party have at this moment, now fully in charge of government for the first time in 6 years?
Well, you know, President Biden stepped into this where you had folks across this country who felt like they were not seen, heard, or valued. And what he is doing through his use of executive orders is to make sure that those issues that people have been dealing with and struggling with for years now are issues that he can address. And at the same time, he is putting out a bold agenda that he can work with Congress to get things done on behalf of the American people. There are four big issues right now that we are facing in this country. A pandemic that we've been really challenged by over this past year. Some of the racial issues that have been nagging this country since its inception. Also, we're dealing with an economy that is cratering and the issues of climate change. These are four things that Joe Biden is focused on like a laser and is making sure that he can build back better. So I'm just overjoyed to see the actions that have been taken by this White House to really improve the lives of the people in this great nation.
And while Democrats do have control of all three branches, the reality is the next 22 months are going to cause the party to be on high alert. The narrow margin in the Senate means, of course, that if just a single senator has to suddenly miss a vote for any reason, Democratic policy could fail. What kind of efforts are you leading and trying to execute as party chair to truly get the next generation of Democrats ready to carry the torch, so to speak?
Well, I'm excited to be leading this party right now on behalf of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and particularly in contrast to the other side. You know, normally I've seen these articles out that it talks about Democrats in disarray. But it really is the Republican Party that's in disarray right now. They are leaderless. There's so much infighting in their party, and Democrats are unified. We are unified. I've talked with the heads of the DGA, the DCCC, and the DSCC. We are going to work in concert together to make sure that we sustain the majorities that we have and we grow those majorities in 2022. And the way that we do that is through organizing. We saw the power of organizing when we won states, Georgia and Arizona. We're going to continue to do just that everywhere across this nation. So I'm excited about the prospects as we move into 2022.
As you know, Republicans are already talking about stonewalling much of President Biden's agenda. Historically, the party holding the White House loses seats in the midterms. If your party lost just a few seats in 2020, it could lose control of both the House and Senate. How does the party plan to combat the bitterly divided Congress?
Well, you know, history is not on the side of the party that's in the White House. But the one thing I learned in 2020, we can make our own history. You know, for the first time in 30 years, an incumbent president lost re-election. Also, you know, a Democrat had never won a special election or a runoff election in Georgia. Not only did we win one, we won two. So we can make our own history if we do the things that are important. And that is, Joe Biden made some promises to the American people, and he is delivering on those promises right now. And my job as the DNC chair is to make sure that the American people know of the promises that he has made and the promises that he has kept. If we do that, I feel really good and very bullish about our prospects in 2022.
Your party is, of course, I guess, touts being the party of equality and representation. It's known that without the black community, particularly in your state, President Biden would not be president. But without the Latinos, Asians, and Native Americans, he wouldn't have clinched important states like Arizona or Georgia. How is the party making sure that those groups don't continuously feel taken for granted?
Well, it's so important. I always say that the greatest treasure and asset that we have as a nation is our diversity. It is what makes America America. But that same type of diversity we find in the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party looks like America. And we need to make sure that not only through our words, but through our actions, that we are investing in those communities. And that's why I'm going to make sure that the DNC reflects the diversity of this great nation, that all of those groups and leaders have a seat at the table as we make decisions about where we go as a party. I think you also see that in Joe Biden. He has always said that he's valued those communities. Look at his cabinet. He has the most diverse cabinet in the history of this great nation. And they are working with him in partnership to make sure that he's addressing all of the issues that are important to those communities. No one will be taken for granted. We want to see people, we want to hear them, and we are going to value them as well.
DNC Chair Jaime Harrison, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.